Yeah, I'm aware. Yeah, you were supposed to take yourself off before I started talking.
Yeah, yeah.
Folks, happy February. And I was joined by a little guest appearance there. Nice to see all of you again on Falls Count Anywhere on the Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. Erik Dunn here from Bridgewater, Massachusetts. Yes, once again, a very happy February. And boy, did WWE fire on all cylinders. Did they step up with a weekend or what? The Royal Rumble from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis was a huge success. I mean, when I say success, it was the highest grossing event of any Royal Rumble in WWE history. Merchandise went up 95% through Fanatics. The gate was broken from last year's. It was the most, it was the highest number of people behind WrestleMania 40, night one and two, Saturday and Sunday. 70,438 was the exact number. Like, that's a number for you. Like, just amazing number. And it delivered. Unfortunately for Ron and I, our predictions were completely off. But, eh, we'll dive into that as we turn the corner here. So, Wednesdays at 5, you can find this show live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and also Blue Sky. That's also where Ron will be promoting all of us right now. Follow us on our Facebook and YouTube channels at RI Broadcasting to be one of the up to dates, and it is one of the first to follow. Um, Buy me a coffee if we still do that at RI Broadcasting, and Patreon to help support our show, as well as going on daily and Sports Unfolded as well. And if you want to be a sponsor for us and try to get involved on that sense, your ad is going to be read over here. Well, actually, the one you're staring at now. We'll read the ad to you, and it will not only be heard so people can see it, there'll be the audio version for Spotify, Amazon Red Circle, and many more. For those wanting more information to get involved, send emails to Rodrigo at ribroadcasting.media at gmail.com, all one word, lowercase, at ribroadcasting.media at gmail.com. Ron will get you involved, get you everything you need to know, and get you on your way so you can join the family. This broadcast of False But Anywhere is the exclusive property of Erik Dunn Productions, Rodrigo and Rhode Island Broadcasting. For the use of our audience and any publication, reuse, or redistribution by anyone is not prohibited and is given the express consent to be shared and is greatly appreciated. Yes, it is. Okay, let's dive in and begin. The Royal Rumble from Saturday night. I don't care about anything else right now except for the fact is that regarding the Rumble, was I off? And Ron, I think you were just as off as I was too. Um, Here's why. So the 2 out of 3 tag team titles, no one cares. Um, I picked Motor City. I picked um, the Motor City Machine Guns, and I believe they did not win because the Street Profits got involved. So I don't know who you picked on that one, but I don't think we cared. But Cody Rhodes retains the WWE Championship, and he will be going to WrestleMania to defend it. Cody's going to hit a full year as WWE Champion. Actually, I think I'm wrong about that. If the numbers are right, I think Cody's going to hit maybe 386 days as champion by the time WrestleMania comes. Because looking at the calendar, uh, WrestleMania for this year for WWE is the 19th and 20th. So by the time it hits from where WrestleMania was last year, I believe Cody is going to pass 380 days as WWE champion, which will lead to the question, will Cody lose it at WrestleMania? And now we move on first to the Women's Royal Rumble. I thought Becky Lynch was actually going to return, but maybe they're just building it up. The winner for the women was the returning Charlotte Flair, gone almost 14 months from a torn ACL, and she now joins this elite list of people: John Cena, Triple H, Randy Orton, Batista, Shawn Michaels, Cody Rhodes, Brock Lesnar, Edge, and Hulk Hogan. Give me credit for the fact I just got that right off the top of my head. Charlotte Flair it has officially joined this list of 9 elite Hall of Famers to me that have won 2 Royal Rumbles in their career. Charlotte Flair is a 2-time Royal Rumble winner and the first for the women. She has punched her ticket to the main event of WrestleMania in Vegas, and we'll see what happens there. The main takeaway I got out of the match for the women regarding um, this is that the longest 2 in this match, no, sorry, the longest 3 in the match, the Iron Women, Io Sky lasted 66 minutes and 45 seconds. Liv Morgan, 67 minutes exactly. And Roxanne Perez from NXT, 67 minutes and 47 seconds. The other one that was the longest by far was the EST Bianca Belair, and I actually thought she could have won it. Charlotte Flair lasted 15 minutes from the 27th position. And then we go to the men. I was hoping it would have been this easy, but if you know the retirement tour John Cena will have, not as simple as you think, right? Main event Jay Uso is going to the main event of WrestleMania. Here's where things got a little bit tricky for me. I said that the final 4, and I was wrong. I thought the final 4 was going to be um, was John Cena, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk. No, it was John Cena, Jey Uso, Logan Paul, and I believe it was Roman Reigns. I believe, no, no, I'm sorry. All 3 got eliminated, and then I believe Punk got eliminated by Punk got eliminated by Logan Paul. So Punk was in the final 4. Cena, Paul, Uso, and Punk. I can tell you right now, Jey Uso lasted 36 minutes and 59 seconds, roughly 37 minutes to be exact. He was the 3rd longest in that match. John Cena lasted 30 minutes total. I could not believe that he and Cena were the final 2. I was ecstatic. I mean, did you hear how loud it got in that building when Cena eliminated Paul? That building exploded. I did too, because I knew that either Cena or Jay was going to main event WrestleMania this year. And you know what? As sad as I was that it wasn't John, it couldn't be that easy for John, right? He's going till New Year. He's going till the end of the year for his retirement tour. It can't be that easy for John to get it just like that, right? So happy for Jay. Like the right move was made on that for Jay to win the Rumble this year, beyond a shadow of a doubt. And I was beyond thrilled. And then at the end of the match, these two shared a very special moment together, for sure. Here's what I know right now. I really think um, Jay will go after Gunter. I mean, Wipeout just got canceled by TBS. I don't think John's doing Wipeout at all. Um the guys in what's the country's name? Hungary doing a movie for next month. Yeah, I don't think he's on Wipeout. Anyway, um, Jay's going to challenge Gunter for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. That I know is a given. But the Elimination Chamber match in Toronto on March 1st, that's going to determine who will face Cody for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. So I got some interesting things for y'all. 10 takeaways, which was a breakdown of a Raw and Royal Rumble recap. So going through all these here, just to give you guys some of the ones that I cared mostly about here. I'm not going to go over all 10 for me. I'm just going to go over a few of them. John got the biggest pop for sure. Um, Giga Fatu eliminating four guys before getting tossed by Braun Strowman protected each superstar. How the Rumble ended allowed it to be believable. Nia Jax came out looking the most dominant. Cody Rhodes seemed on the brink of snapping. Some say he needs to do that to beat KO, but this title run might be getting to him. The ladder match was refreshing because it didn't rely on outlandish ladder spots. Instead, it used the ladder with punishing and brutal impact to tell the story. Oh yeah, that match ended with an Alabama slam. Do you remember the last time you saw that? Ruthless aggression. That was the last time I remember seeing an Alabama slam be used. Um, and then Rollins has straddled the line of good guy and bad guy well over the past few months. He's been whining, complaining, doing unsavory stuff, yet still gets a loud pop when he comes out. Rollins added manipulation to his arsenal when he spent all of his TV time not addressing his post-elimination Rumble antics outside of the ring that left Reigns out for the foreseeable future, but trying to manipulate his friend Sammy with what felt like a motivational speech. It was all in the name of what's not. Uh, it was all in the name of not what's best for his friend, but what was best for himself. And that's not to face Punk at Elimination Chamber if it all ends up going down the road. It makes me wonder when Rollins goes full on bad guy because I think he may just be good at that. Perhaps. Uh, so WWE listens to its fans a lot. It's good for business when they do that. So who wouldn't be shocked that Charlotte Flair eventually gets fed up with the boos from the crowd and moves back to where she's her best, a bad guy. Charlotte's return and victory at the Royal Rumble definitely wasn't appreciated by the hardcores online, and also wasn't universally accepted by the fans then and not at Raw on Monday. Her victory address was about as opposite as Usos can be. Flair pulled out all of the baby face tricks, saying she missed the fans. She fought her way back from knee injury to no avail. Flair coming back instantly makes her the top dog, and rightfully so. Uh, Kevin Owens' sneak attack with a package power driver on Sammy wearing a Zayn Forever t-shirt was a perfect cliffhanger to what was an entertaining Raw. Why did Owens attack his former best friend? Is Zayn out for an extended period of time? Will the two Canadians meet at Elimination Chamber in Toronto? Is this setting up a WrestleMania match? Not sure. Punk and Sammy, even though it may not have passed the eye test at first glance, you figured that Punk would come away victorious with it being a qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber, and he did. Zayn continues to be heavily involved in many stories and is getting his share of top of the card billing, and Monday showed why. Even though he didn't take to the mic to talk to Punk, his backstage versatility with Uso and Karrion Cross makes Zayn so easily to be placed into different elements of the show at the drop of a hat. He's an elite superstar. He has that best friend feel to him. You could easily root for him, in which you can. Um, Oh yeah, and Gunther's message to Jay didn't seem as powerful as it might have been by the ring generator, but the pocket of truth weaves in and out, and it hit really bad. In his eyes, being Jay at WrestleMania doesn't do anything to add to his resume. Gunther has won all three of his singles matches against Jay, including a few weeks back on Saturday Night's main event in San Antonio. Jay has held a single title for 28 days in his career, and Gunther is now over 850. Opposing John Cena, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, or CM Punk would do more for Gunther's career than beating Jay, which leads me to believe Jay's opponent at WrestleMania might not be Gunther. We've been there and done that. At least that's what Gunther is thinking. I don't think Gunther's going to challenge Cody. I really don't think that's going to happen. And then it's Yeet time. If you were any way confused or bewildered by with main event Jey Uso winning the Rumble and punching his ticket to the main event of WrestleMania, despite holding a singles title for 28 days over his 16 years with WWE, then the opening moments of Raw should have cleared it up for you. Uso's 10-minute entrance from the start of his music to the first word that came out of his mouth rivaled of The Undertaker's iconic WrestleMania walks to the ring. This isn't suggesting that he could be compared to the Dead Man, but his popularity is at an all-time high. People love the underdog, and Jay is that. It works. We have seen something similar play out like this in the past. Daniel Bryan was the massive underdog for a large part of his WWE career, but caught lightning in a bottle with the Yes movement that captivated the crowd and became a mainstream phenomenon. Sound familiar? Which propelled him to the main event of WrestleMania, and he won two matches at WrestleMania 30 on the same day, including a triple threat match that won him the WWE Championship. Who knows the longevity of this? It might be a couple months or a career, but after Monday, even the haters have to be somewhat curious. Well, hey, there you have it. Sums it up pretty well, don't you think? So here's what we know about the Elimination Chamber. John Cena and CM Punk are the only two right now in this match. That's all we know right now for that. And then for the women, it is Liv Morgan, and that's it right now. Looking at the situation, okay? Looking at the situation right now, I I can confidently tell you, okay, that for all that being said, if you heard John Cena's press conference, okay, if you heard his press conference after the Rumble, he wasn't playing games with anybody. He basically said, after 23 years of loyalty to this company, it is well earned. Could we actually see something happen like that? I'm not sure. I mean, there's a lot of time to figure it out. But, however, I want to end this show with some very special news that I found out the weekend of Elimination Chamber of the Royal Rumble. It looks like we got our first Hall of Fame inductee for 2025. And guess what? Paul Triple H Levesque is the first member of the Hall of Fame class, surprised at headquarters from longtime friends Shawn Michaels and the Dead Man, The Undertaker. The King of Kings will now live forever among WWE royalty. From his days as a Greenwich, Connecticut snob to his era-defining run as a co-founder of DX, from shepherding future main eventers Randy Orton and Batista towards WWE greatness and evolution, to leading it into a new era on Netflix with his unmatched creative vision, Triple H hasn't just existed on the cutting edge, he's been the one sharpening the blade. A 14-time world champion, the game clashed with a litany of legends to seize the throne as the King of Kings. The Great One, the Brahma Bull, the People's Champion, The Rock, the Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin, the greatest of all time, Ric Flair, HBK Shawn Michaels, the Dead Man The Undertaker, the GOAT John Cena, the head of the table Roman Reigns, and the visionary Seth Rollins. Multiple generations of the ring's very best have felt the sledgehammer-wielding fist of the cerebral assassin. He methodically and systematically conquered sports entertainment, capturing almost every major WWE championship, the King of the Ring crown, two Royal match victories, and the marquee spot in epic matches at WrestleMania on several occasions, all throughout an in-ring career that spanned 4 decades. Outside of the ring, his first major success came during the duration and the creation of NXT, a developmental brand designed to build the future superstars of WWE. As the lead creative mind, along with the likes of Shawn Michaels, William Regal, Matt Bloom, and others, Levesque created a transformative brand that has molded the brightest in-ring superstars of the 21st century, including Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, and dozens more. What started as a developmental program has become a third WWE brand with its own identity and accomplishments thanks to the vision of Triple H. Following his official retirement from in-ring competition back at WrestleMania 38 in Dallas, he would go on to lead WWE's creative operations as chief content officer and ushered in a new era of success for WWE, including a Netflix streaming deal and a merger to create the industry-leading TKO Media Group, which also WWE has a 5-year partnership now with TNA. As the Connecticut Blue Blood, the King of Kings, the Cerebral Assassin, the Game, and now the CCO, Levesque's legendary career, both in front and behind the camera, will be remembered forever as generations will be to come, as he will take his rightful place in the 2025 class of the WWE Hall of Fame. Like, how wonderful is that? The Game is now going to take his place on the throne. And I am not too sure about Netflix views, but I can check actually since I'm here. Why not? So for global numbers, so Raw's numbers for that. So the debut of Raw back in the beginning of January drawed 4.9 million globally, and Netflix entered a $5 billion agreement with WWE that spans the duration of 10 years, but the streaming service retains the option to terminate the contract after 5. So, 5 years of this. Um, it was at 2.9 the week before the Rumble over those 7 days. Then it was 3.7 and 3 million. 5.9 was the actual number that it drew. So it was ranked fifth worldwide in the US, then it was fourth, seventh, and then ninth. I mean, it's definitely different from what I can see for sure, it being on Netflix. Like it's a different animal. I mean, it's been drawing a lot more than what it would draw on USA and Fox. And I'm interested to see right now with the CW how Netflix is doing actually, because I know that they've been blowing AEWs out of the water like really bad. Like they've been killing them. Um, and looking at that, that actually is another update to tell you as well, is that the the total viewership for um, this past couple of weeks has been pretty solid. NXT right now is averaging just over 800,000 right now. Um, they averaged 827 from last week. Um, SmackDown on USA averaged 1.5. I mean, Dynamite and Collision are both a joke, so both of them combined can't beat NXT, which is funny. SmackDown was 1.4 the week prior to that. I mean, NXT has been very consistent. They've been averaging between 800 and 850 every week, so I found that pretty cool from that sense. And I mean, the numbers speak for themselves, and I mean, a lot of people have been really paying attention to NXT as they should be, because NXT right now is the building block for WWE. But hey, folks, there you have it. Triple H is going to be the headliner for the 25 Hall of Fame class of WWE. The question is, who else is joining him? We'll find out over the next few months. Well, next 7 weeks, I want to say roughly. I was surprised that he would have found that out that early too. I mean, he found that out pretty early. It was the weekend of the Rumble, and he found out. And I'm like, okay, but it's well deserved though for the game. I mean, this guy who basically was up a creek with no paddles, no oars, and a hole in the boat, about to go down a damn waterfall, took the company when Vince had to leave it, and he has literally saved WWE. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Triple H single-handedly saved WWE from going into oblivion when all that crap with Vince happened the last few years. I don't think he gets enough credit than what he really does deserve. His work with Nick Khan to help create TKO, and how about this? The 5-year partnership with TNA. Who would have ever thought WWE and TNA would have signed a 5-year deal as partners together? So TNA working now with NXT. I mean, come on. I mean, you saw some of the people from TNA in the Rumble. Joe Hendry, for example, the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Like he had a pop that was second to Cena for sure. Like fill in the blank. Like it's phenomenal. When the stars align in WWE, the pieces fall into place. In my opinion, tremendous. The stars are aligning for this company. The only question I have with them is how well can they maintain it? Falls in their court. It's going to be up to them. But I'm liking what I'm seeing, and I'm excited for what WWE could do. I mean, we're going to have to find out what happens, but hey, we're on a good journey right now for WWE. We're on a very good journey right now. The only thing I'm questioning is where will the momentum lead with Elimination Chamber now in less than 4 weeks away. As of Saturday, we're going to be 3 weeks away from the chamber. What is the main genesis of the plan they'll have in place? Not too sure. But what I can say is we're looking at one hell of a story. And I appreciate you all for being on the ride with me. Found some good stuff, found some surprising stuff too, and hey, it's all good. So with that being said, on behalf of the man behind the scenes, the creator of RIB Rodrigo, this is Erik Dunn saying so long and thank you from my home in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. This has been a presentation of False Count Anywhere here on the Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. I will see you guys next Wednesday with any more news. Thank you all so much for watching and for listening.